about how many vaccines they are actually going to give, and they're trying to create a false shortage in addition to trying to make us sick. My husband is a police officer, and we live outside of Lubbock, Texas. Is about 260,000, and his supervisor came in from a city meeting with emergency people there, and he said that they're only planning to do 40,000 shots, and they're going to do it at our local sports arena. So it makes me wonder why they're telling us we have to get it, and then say, well, we're only going to have this many shots.
Well, see, it's all done by color of law. They tell police, firemen, nurses, you'll be fired if you don't, with no force of law behind it. And so, again, it's more of an acclamation, more of setting the precedent, and really like a federal drill internationally to get everybody lined up and find out, engage. They're always testing. They're always probing. And they'll make tens of billions of dollars off of this, but then practice the federal control. That's the Fed's excuse to be in there locally bossing people around. Dr. Eisenstein, your take on what she's saying.
No, I tell you, I think it's what you said earlier, Alex. They're backing off. They're afraid. They would give $300,000 to all the residents of Lubbock, Texas. But they have it. It's surely available. Come on, they got the greatest manufacturing ability in the world. They can't produce the stuff, not a chance. But they're afraid that they know it doesn't work. And so if they're really afraid there may be a serious a swine flu epidemic and people may die. And what do they do if they gave 250,000 people in Texas there the swine flu and 5,000 people die, 100 people, 500? What's their excuse now? And now their excuse is we couldn't vaccinate the rest of the group, so they're going to vaccinate a small percentage and said we just couldn't get to everyone in time.
Yeah, I mean, the scientists we talked to say this is clearly engineered. And so do they know it's an earlier version that's going to mutate into something really deadly? And then they'll say, see, we told you, you better take the shots, and it sets the precedent. I don't want to declare victory now. It appears on the surface they are pulling back and the public's waking up, but they've got all sorts of curveballs. I've never seen them gear up for something this big without it being real at some level. And so I don't want people to get a false sense of security here, but I do think we're having an effect on them. Anything else, Jenny from Lubbock?
No, sir. I just think that confirms what y'all have been talking about. So.
Well, does your husband say the police are waking up, or are they planning to take a shot? I mean, do they like their commanders telling them they got to take a shot with no authority?
No, we will not. He will not. And his supervisor said, me and my family will not. And my husband, as he says, the infection is spreading. The infection of information.
Let me tell you something. God bless you and your husband, for the work he does. Alex, how exciting is that a supervisor here, someone who's not a hardcore radical as such, like you or I, is saying, I'm not going to take it. That's what it takes. It's the power of one. I've always believed that, no matter how strong you are, when someone stands up to you, and especially, Alex, you are right, these are paper tigers. The president and all his czars, are just paper tigers. They're academicians who've never been in the real world, never did anything real, and it's really shameful. And the people who voted for them, I pray they're waking up and realize what you've done, and then hopefully we'll do something different.
Well, they definitely want this to get their socialized health care through, and now a lot of congressmen are saying the White House is staging this hype to get it through, and now the White House is in the AP today saying, oh, look, health care is going to be taxed. We need federal health care. So maybe just the whole drill is the event. Dr. Eisenstein, you said you could stay with us, but I don't want to keep twisting your arm.
I can stay a little longer. I'm okay. I'm good.
All right, 29 after you're gone. We're going to come back, talk to Matt and Ben. That's it. Then I'm going to get into the new trailer for Burmes's film that's coming out in early February. And that is going to be, of course, Invisible Empire, talking about the New World Order, this global shadow government. The new trailer for my film's up on Infowars.com. Fall the Republic.
Do you understand how dark it is? How far down the line we are? How late it is?
All All right, final segment with our guest, Dr. Eisenstein. Really appreciate his time. Going to have him back up sooner than 2 years. Very, very honored to have him with us. Matt in Louisiana. You are on the air, Matt. Go ahead.
All right, great. How you doing, Alex and Dr. Eisenstein? I'm calling. I'm a big follower of Dr. Eisenstein, and I'm not one of these guys calling in to make to discredit the guest or anything. And I've been wanting to know the answer to this question for a long time since the Chicago Tribune printed it. It's about this $30 million lawsuit that it looks like a smear article, but I just wanted to get Dr. Eisenstein's input or answer to this or the rebuttal.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. You know what he's talking about?
It's the Tribune did a nice article on me. They put me on the front page of the Friday edition about 4 or 5 months ago, and I could tell you if I'll give you a couple answers to this. They only go after people who cause trouble, and so I'm either a serious troublemaker or causing trouble for them, the Tribune is, unfortunately, it's like everything else. They misrepresent the facts. They change it a little bit. Anyone who delivers babies is involved in lawsuits. And we've delivered almost 20,000 babies. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, caller, I appreciate your call, but really, when people are in lawsuits, they're not going to talk about it, obviously, because you're not supposed to. All
got resolved, got settled for diddly amounts at the end, But that's beside
the
point.
For people that don't know, dentists, oral surgeons, doctors, they all get sued. Crazy people come in and come after you. That's why we've got a doctor shortage in this country, because we've cut their pay in half since the 70s, and we treat them like crap. And they're busy filling out government forms all day instead of helping people. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. If a doctor tells me he's ever had a lawsuit, that means he's not doing anything of consequence in a sense,
Absolutely. That's just ridiculous. Let's go ahead. I'm not mad at you, Matt, but give me a break. We're here talking about vaccines, not some lawsuit over a baby being delivered at home. That's why half the women are having cesareans. I've got articles where they CPS women who refuse cesareans even when the baby isn't in trouble. That's a whole other subject. They want to make it all medicalized where 100 years from now, it's a conspiracy theory that women ever had babies vaginally. No, women used to have them vaginally. Women used to feed their babies with their mammary glands. It's not a conspiracy theory. Dr. Eisenstein, comments on that?
Well, that's exactly right. The incidence of breastfeeding in this country is virtually zero. Virtually zero. How absolutely nauseating. When you said it real well. Breasts are meant to feed babies. The best quote I ever heard of that is the two hemispheres of the brain of the most brilliant scientist isn't a fraction as brilliant at compounding a formula for a baby than the two mammary glands of any woman.
And they're not bad to look at either. Let's go ahead and take a final call. Ben in Oregon. Ben, you're on the air.
Yeah, I was calling because I have a 5.5-month-old baby, and I've gotten not all of his shots, but my wife is convinced that we got to get the Pentacell shot, and we've done 2 doses of it, and I just wanted to see if you guys had any good ideas or anything.
What shot was that?
What?
I didn't hear what the shot was that you gave.
Pentacell?
Oh, the Pentacell?
Pentacell.
It's like a mixture of the whooping cough and all of it.
Mixtures. Look, I tell you what I was taught in medical school years ago. You don't give combination drugs, and vaccines are drugs. They said you don't give an aspirin and a Tylenol or these combinations.
Yeah, let me interrupt. Just give your wife how the Japanese don't let you vaccinate till 2, and they say give it in single shots. Correct, doctor?
Yeah, absolutely correct. So if you want to give all that, give them one at a time if that's what you're going to do.
Then watch what happens to them and space it out. That's like, and I'm not practicing medicine, that's what other doctors have said here. Take the MMR, take all these multiple jabs. The type you're talking about must be the drug company name. Those are some of the worst associated with bad effects, correct, doctor?
Exactly right. Exactly right. The idea of combining different drugs into one, someone said very well about these multiple vaccines, multiple virus strains in one vaccine. It's not one injection. If you go to the bar and you order 5 shots of whiskey and they put it into one glass, have you gotten just one glass of whiskey or one shot? No, it's 5 shots.
Yeah, caller, thank you. Dr. Eisenstein, amazing hour and 20-minute interview. Don't vaccinate before you educate. Available at Infowars.com. Discounted out of the gates. Or call 888-253-3139. You can also go to HomeFirst.com. That's Dr. Eisenstein's site. Doctor, always great having you on.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much, Alex. God bless. Have a wonderful day.
God bless you. Get back to your practice. Take care.
Thank you. Be well.
Medical doctor and lawyer.